All right, so ever find yourself daydreaming about like flaky croissants or maybe a decadent slice of cake?
Mm-hmm.
Well, get ready because today we're diving deep into the world of the culinary masterminds behind those sweet treats pastry makers.
Yeah. And we've got a stack of insights thanks to RoleCatcher.com.
Oh, nice.
Consider this your crash course on what it really takes to turn sugar and flour into edible masterpieces.
So more than just baking, right? What's
Huh.
the real deal when we say pastry maker?
Oh, it's so much more. It's like imagine artistry meets science.
Understand.
We're talking about understanding how each ingredient interacts, like knowing your gluten development for that perfect chew. It's mastering techniques from delicate lamination to tempering chocolate, all to create the symphony of flavor and texture.
So it's like part chemist, part sculptor.
Yeah.
But you get to eat your creations at the end of the day.
Exactly. And just like a chemist aims for a specific reaction, pastry chefs are laser focused on that perfect rise, that melt in your mouth texture, that Instagram-worthy glaze. They have to nail it every single time.
Okay, now I'm seriously craving a donut,
Yeah.
but we're here for the career, right? So what's life really like in a pastry kitchen? Those cooking shows make it look so glamorous.
Let's just say reality is a bit different.
Okay.
Think early mornings, a rhythm that'd rival a speed metal band.
Wow.
And yes, some hazards come with the territory, hot ovens, sharp tools. It's a real working kitchen.
Yeah, not exactly a day at the spa,
Right.
but there's got to be an energy there too, right? That camaraderie of a team pulling it all together.
You nailed it. There's a definite team spirit. Everyone's working towards the same goal, deliciousness. And depending on where you work, you might even get that face-to-face interaction with customers, seeing their faces light up when they take a bite. There's something really rewarding about that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we've covered the work itself, but let's be real. Every job has its pros and cons. Hit us with the good stuff first. Why should someone even consider becoming a pastry maker?
Well, job stability is a big one. Think about it, the world's not going to suddenly stop craving bread and cake, right? Plus, there's so much room for specialization. You could become a bread whisperer, a cake decorating extraordinaire, or even venture into gluten-free or vegan baking. There's a niche for everyone.
Okay, I love that it's not just one job, it's a whole world of options. And speaking of options, I've seen so many pastry chefs starting their own businesses, building online empires, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely. If you've got a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit and a passion for pastry, there's really no limit to what you can achieve. But we've got to keep it real, right? There are challenges too.
Lay it on us. What should someone be prepared for if they're really considering this path?
Well, it's physically demanding. Long hours on your feet, sometimes hauling around heavy sacks of flour or sugar. It's a workout. And like we mentioned, the hours can be tough. Early mornings, late nights, weekends, holidays, you're working when everyone else is celebrating.
So it's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. But for someone with passion and that drive to create, it sounds like the rewards could be pretty incredible.
Absolutely. And speaking of challenges, that's actually a great segue into our next topic.
We've talked about the hustle, the long hours, the sheer physicality of it all.
Yeah.
So, for those who are ready to jump into the pastry world, how do you actually level UP in this career? Is it all about years of experience, or are there other ways to rise to the top of this delicious pyramid?
Yeah, so experience is definitely the foundation,
Okay.
but it's not the whole story. Remember those specializations we talked about?
Right.
That's one path to standing out. Think about it becoming known for something specific, like being the sourdough expert or the macaron maestro. That kind of focus can open doors.
So it's like finding your superpower in the pastry world, becoming the go-to person for that one incredible thing.
Right.
I like it. What else helps you climb that pastry ladder?
Networking is huge.
Right.
It's not just what you know, it's who you know, right?
Right.
Connecting with other pastry chefs, going to industry events, even just being active in online pastry communities, all of that exposes you to new ideas, new techniques, and of course, new opportunities.
Because the learning never stops, does it?
Never.
Especially in a field like pastry making, where there are always new trends, new techniques, new flavor combinations.
Exactly. And that's where those advanced pastry arts courses come into play. They can take your skills to the next level,
Okay.
teaching you those cutting-edge techniques and giving you that extra edge in a competitive job market. Plus, you're surrounded by other passionate pastry professionals talk about inspiration.
It's like leveling up your character in a video game. But instead of earning digital badges, you're walking away with real-life skills and incredible creations. Speaking of leveling up, This is where things get really interesting. We've got to talk about RoleCatcher's AI technology and how it's changing the game for job seekers, not just in pastry, but across the board.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine this. You're applying for your dream pastry chef job.
Okay.
But instead of just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best, RoleCatcher's AI swoops in, analyzes the job description, figures out exactly what the employer is looking for, and then get this, it scores your CV against those specific criteria.
Oh, hold on. So it's like having a personal recruiter break down the job description and tell you exactly what you need to highlight to stand out.
It's even cooler than that. This AI can actually pinpoint skills gaps in your CV. Let's say you're applying to be the head pastry chef at a high-end restaurant, but you haven't listed any experience with sugar work or designing plated desserts. RoleCatcher's AI might pick up on that and suggest adding those details to your resume.
Okay, now that is seriously impressive. It's like having a personal career coach in your back pocket.
Yeah.
But how does this actually play out in the pastry world specifically?
Well, let's think about those interview questions we saw in the RoleCatcher Guide, questions about your favorite pastry making techniques, how you handle the pressure of a busy kitchen, how you stay updated on trends. The AI can actually help you craft strong, articulate answers tailored to the specific job you're after.
Wait, hold on. AI can help you practice for interviews.
You bet. You can actually record yourself answering common interview questions, and the AI analyzes your performance, and it'll give pointers on things like clarity, conciseness, even your body language.
Okay, now that is a game changer. It's like having a personal interview coach, but without the hourly rate. So instead of walking into an interview like feeling nervous and unprepared, you can walk in with that quiet confidence knowing you've got AI in your corner.
Oh, I love that. But I imagine this kind of technology is helpful for people in all sorts of fields, not just pastry chefs, right?
Absolutely. That's the beauty of it. It's adaptable.
Yeah. Whether you're a software developer, a teacher, a musician, or yes, a pastry chef, this AI can help you put your best foot forward in today's job market. It's like having a secret weapon or maybe a magic oven mitt that gives you an edge.
I love that. A magic oven mitt.
No.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground in this deep dive. We've explored the ins and outs of being a pastry maker, from the delicious pros to those got to be passionate about it cons, the different paths you can take, and even how AI is changing the game for job seekers everywhere. What are your final thoughts for our listener today? What's the biggest takeaway here?
For me, it always comes back to the passion.
Yeah.
Yes, it's demanding work physically and mentally. You'll be tired. You'll be covered in flour at some point. It's a guarantee. But you're also surrounded by, the intoxicating aroma of fresh bread, the satisfaction of creating something beautiful and delicious from scratch. There's nothing quite like it.
Oh, man, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. And like we've been saying, it's not a one-size-fits-all career path. There's room for so much creativity, specialization for building your own pastry empire.
Exactly. So as we wrap things up here, I want you to consider this. What part of the pastry world speaks to you? What gets those creative gears turning? Is it the meticulous layering of a perfect croissant, the artistry of decorating a show-stopping cake, or maybe it's experimenting with unexpected flavor combinations?
That's such a great point to end on. It's about finding your niche, your own unique pastry passion. And who knows, with a little help from some AI magic, maybe you'll be whipping up your dream pastry career in no time. Thanks for diving deep with us today.